I can't see my computer, of course.
9 o'clock. We're live. All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Money Matrix. So stocks climb higher. Stocks climb higher as they leave power from the S&P 500, reaching all-time highs.
Yes, and we are super excited to be here for another exciting day in the markets with these all-time highs. And one of my favorite stocks just hit a new high last night, I think for my birthday.
Hey.
Let's see who it was.
Yeah, we're going to kick it off. But before we kick off the Money Matrix, we definitely want to say happy birthday to our wonderful co-host, Dominique, and my beautiful wife. And we are looking forward to hopping into the financial news for today. So let's kick it off.
All right.
Okay, so the U.S. stock futures rose on Monday to put the S&P 500 on track for another record high as investors became more upbeat about the health of the economy and looked to coming earnings as a sign of the AI boom for techs and as the markets rise.
And speaking of the AI boom, one of my favorite stocks, which you guys know, and I'm not talking about Apple right now because, you know, they having a little downturn, but one of my other favorite stocks, NVIDIA, okay? It overnight, because they knew it was my birthday, they hit a new all-time high, approaching $605.49 per share. Now they're currently down just a little bit, but they still have reached this new high of $600.21. So listen.
They blessing for
blessing. Yeah. Okay? Blessing.
Okay.
Right.
So in other news, it is earnings seasons, right? So we have a lot of earning reports coming out. I know that's what you love and your specialty on the stock and the options. So what are you seeing in the options coming for earnings reports?
Yes. So we have a lot of companies this week. As you guys know, the last couple weeks, the first couple of weeks of the year, or the first couple of weeks of the earnings season usually tends to be a little bit lighter. And it also was a lot lighter because it was also the beginning of the year. But we had literally I think one earnings that came out this morning, which was the Bank of Hawaii. So they released their earnings and they're pretty flat. I don't know how big the Bank of Hawaii is, but pretty flat this morning. So that's the only thing that actually came out. But this week we have a lot of really, really exciting companies. Today, after the closing bell, we have United Airlines. We also have Logitech. And then we also have Verizon, 3M, GE, Johnson & Johnson, Lockheed Martin, Procter & Gamble, all releasing their earnings tomorrow before the open. Going into tomorrow after the close, we also have Netflix, which is always a really popular one.
Okay. Y'all streaming out there.
Yes, so. Netflix, Texas Instruments, and tons more throughout the rest of the week from AT&T. And we can go dive a little bit deeper into this in a little while. But AT&T, Progressive, Tesla, IBM, American Express, American Airlines, Capital One, Levi's. You guys, this is going to be a busy and exciting week from an earnings perspective. So much money to be made, but it's also really exciting to see how a lot of these big companies that have high market caps, how they actually can move the entire market.
Yeah, and piggybacking off of earnings season, we also have $1 billion worth of IPOs hitting the market. Yes,
not million.
Nah, B with a capital B. We have $1 billion worth of IPOs hitting the market this morning, starting with Amer Sports, which launched their IPO this morning, and they're looking to raise up to $1.8 billion in their initial public offering. So as Dominique was just talking about earnings for some of the seasoned veterans on the stock market, you also have the newbies who are getting their initial public offering to the market. So this $1 billion is led by the healthcare industry as well as the sports and entertainment industry. As I mentioned with Amer Sports, that's AMER, looking to capture $1.8 billion in their initial raise. Okay. All right, so now let's hop into the overall global financial markets and see what they are doing. We'll get it kicked off starting with The futures gives us an overview of what the market is baking in or pricing in, or what the market is potentially expecting to happen in the coming opening bell. So, as far as the futures, the Dow Jones futures are up 0.25%. The S&P 500 is up 0.35%. The NASDAQ futures is up 0.49%. Gold is down 0.25%. Silver is down 2.62%, and crude oil is up 0.16%. So the markets for the futures are overall green. We see that it's on an uptick, and we know that the S&P 500 is poised for more record highs as it did on Friday.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are you seeing in the stock market?
So in the stock market, I'm seeing everything is green as well. Everything is green because it's my birthday.
Hey.
So yeah. All right. So the Dow is up 1.05%. The S&P 500 is up 1.23%. The NASDAQ is up 1.70%. So as Dion mentioned, it's a green morning all across the board.
Yeah. Over in the Asian markets, the Asia Dow is up 0.41%. The Nikkei is up. The Nikkei 225 is up 1.62%. The Hang Seng Index is down 2.27%. The Shanghai is down 2.68%. The Sensex is down 0.36%, and the Singapore Index is down 0.10%. All right. And now looking at the Forex markets, the euro is down 0.06%, the yen down 0.28%, the pound is up 0.14%, the Australian dollar is down 0.17%, the DXY index is down 0.12%, and the Wall Street Journal index is down, or it's flat at 0%. You got any insights on the crypto market?
Yes. So the crypto market, I was reading this morning that the Bitcoin specifically could be headed for they call it, I think, dangerous correction. I don't know what that means. Obviously, anytime people try to put fear in you, you'd be like, why are you trying to make us scared? But they're saying that it could be headed towards a dangerous correction. So this morning, Bitcoin is obviously down based on this dangerous correction that could potentially be ahead. That could be potentially be coming up. So Bitcoin is actually down 2.08%. Ethereum is also down 3.48% as well. So.
Okay, and looking for any global economic news that will be affecting any currencies. For the United States dollar, we have the CB leading index coming out at 10 a.m. So for those of you guys that are looking to day trade, always keep your eye on the economic news. So we will be covering stocks, bonds, options, Forex, futures, and crypto, whether it's from investing, swing trading, and day trading. We'll get into some actual live trading here shortly, but you always want to make data-driven decisions and be informed before you risk any of your money. So we're going to get ready to hop into some overall pre-market analysis to see what we're looking at in the markets as we prepare to actually make some investments and make some trades. So I am going to bring up my charts here, and I'm going to be talking about my top 3 picks in each one of the asset classes that I will be looking at for today. Okay, so I like to start in the futures market because the futures gives us an outlook of what the market is potentially seeing. We already said that the NASDAQ was up 0.48%, so I'll be looking at the NASDAQ. I will also be looking at oil, and I will also be looking at interest rates. Okay, I look at all of these markets, but these are the main 3 that I'll be looking at in the futures. But we will look to trade anything that is on this potential watch list. Okay, anything from the NASDAQ, the S&P 500 futures, the Dow Jones, the Russell 2000 being the small caps. Okay, and so anything that's meeting our qualifications, I will look at to potentially trade in this session. But my top 3 for today will be the NASDAQ, the oil, and for our bonds, we're going to be looking at the 30 years, the ZB today. Okay, so the NASDAQ, the NQ, the oil, which is the CL, and we will be looking at the 30-year ultra bonds, which is the ZB. All right, so as we look out, I'm going to start at the 1-week chart. This is the beginning of the week, and I can see very clearly that the NASDAQ has been in an uptrend for at least the last 10 weeks. So there is some bullish sentiment overall when we look at the 1 week. And then I'll start stepping down through these charts, I can see that I also am in a bull signal, a buy signal for the 1 day. Okay, so as I look at the long-term time frames, that's telling me the long-term trend is bullish, and so now I'm going to start stepping down into the smaller time frames as I look for potential entries for my setup. So now I'm on the 1 hour chart, and I can see that we are getting some resistance here in the market. So the more I see resistance on the shorter terms, now I'll start looking at some entry points to get in on the buy side. So we'll be looking at the 5 minute has a very strong sell signal now. So what I'll be looking to do when the markets open up at 9:30 is I will be looking for some quality support areas. It seems like we're getting some support at 17,514. So I will be looking for some quality support areas, wait on the buy signal on the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute chart, and I will be looking for buy side entries on the NASDAQ. All right. Let's hop over into oil. Going to start out on the week. The week is in a down signal, and it's looking like it's about to have a crossover. So we're going to see what that crossover is. If it's to the downside, we will be looking for sell side bias activity on the oil. The day is pretty mixed on the 1 day chart for the oil. Okay, so we will be looking for a designated buy
Order
or
filled.
sell since it
Order
is
filled.
mixed on the day, but we do know longer time frame it is sell side bias. Okay, in our 1 hour, we did just get a crossover to the upside. So the 1 hour and the day are showing potential buys with a lean on the mix, and then on the bonds, starting out on the week. It's down for the last 3 weeks, which also goes in line. Bonds and equities typically work in inverse. So when the bonds are down, the equities are up, and the equities are down, the bonds are typically up. So that's confirming our bullish sentiment on the NASDAQ. All right, our 1 day is also in a pretty strong downtrend. All right, so I'm going to be sell side bias on the bonds. So as it's going up, I'm going to look for some strong resistance areas on the bonds, probably around this 120 mark, 120.31 or 121. And we will be looking for some sell side entries on the bonds. So we're going to be sell side bias on the bonds. We're going to be looking for buy signals on the oil and the NASDAQ. So those are the overviews of the futures that I'll be looking at today. How about you, Dominique?
Well, it seems like there's going to be there's a lot of opportunity today.
Yeah.
It should be a beautiful day for sure. Actually just got a few notifications. I was zooming in on a few stocks that we're going to be looking at, but just got a few notifications that Google actually just hit its 52-week high. As I mentioned earlier, NVIDIA hit its 52-week high. CRWD hit its 52-week high as well. So we have a lot of companies, in addition to the 𝑄𝑄𝑄, also just hit its 52-week high, which is also along the lines of what you're saying that the charts are saying. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at some of the trade opportunities for today from a stock perspective, but also from an option perspective. All right. Oh, they're on my computer here? All right, cool. All right, so one of the first ones that I'm obviously looking at, being that NVIDIA did previously hit their hit a 52-week high overnight, and it still is holding that 52-week high. Definitely looking for opportunity to
Order
see that
filled.
it will rebound and re-hit that high that it hit around midnight. And all of our charts are literally still saying yes. So we have right here NVIDIA. If we look at the 1 week chart, all right. Obviously, NVIDIA is definitely pushing up. It's drastically higher than our VWAP, and literally everything is pointing up for NVIDIA, basically saying that this uptrend is going to continue. It does not seem to be any resistance at all. It's just like la la la, up in the sky. Okay. Also taking a look at our 1 day chart. Same exact thing. We're getting strong upside potential here. This also above the VWAP, and literally everything is just pointing to the upside on the day chart, the week chart. Let's take a quick look at the 2-hour chart. As you guys can see, we had this buy signal that came in actually, I think that was last week. Right? Yeah, last week. But since then, NVIDIA has literally all been upside, but even with the rise in the stock overnight, which has been pretty substantial, I think it rose to like another $10 per share last night. Now it's only up $6 per share. But basically, what a lot of these charts are telling me is it seems like that once this market opens, NVIDIA is going to have the potential to go back and re-hit some of the highs that it hit overnight.
Yeah,
So
a lot of
upside potential there as well with NVIDIA. Even taking a quick look at the 5-minute chart, and we're getting buy signals. We have multiple buy signals here this morning that just came through on the 5-minute chart as well. So for me, I'm going to be long, super long NVIDIA as we go into the trading day today. Let's take another quick look at Apple. As you guys know, Apple was down the early part of this month. It has started to rebound. I think it has actually regained the 5% loss it had seen throughout the end of the year. So on the 5-minute chart, we have some sell signals here, but if we go a little bit further out, going into the 1-hour chart, we have this strong buy side. So in this situation right here, based on this 5-minute chart, it's kind of teetering around, it's saying sell, but it really is indicating for me that once the market opens, we are going to see this upside. All right, so we have some strong upside here on the 1-hour chart, the 2-hour chart as well. Taking a quick look at the day chart, we also have a lot of upside potential. And then looking at the week chart as well, we have some upside potential that could potentially turn down towards the end of the week, but still it looks like over the next few days, we're going to be able to see some upside. Let's take a quick look at one more that we're considering trading today is the SPY. As Dion mentioned earlier, the SPY has hit some all-time highs actually last week. Record highs, all-time highs, meaning its entire existence. The highest that it's been is the highest that it's been its entire existence, which is really cool. So yeah, got something? What else? Okay. Our producers has something. You got something to say? It's okay. Computer cut off. So did your feet. Ah, gotcha. Can't see my screen. Awesome. Okay. So I'm talking to you guys like you can see my screen and you can't. So maybe we want to get that fixed and you hop over?
Hop over
all right, and I'll come back.
the Forex markets. Okay. All right. So on the Forex market, the three I'll be looking at is the USD JPY, USD Great British Pound, and the USD Canadian dollar. Okay, so starting out with the USD JPY on the 1 week, we see we have some bullish activity and a crossover, so we will be looking bullish. Going down into the 1-day chart, it's confirming that bullish trend. All right, and now looking at the 4-hour, so we see some selling pressure coming in the 4-hour and the 1-hour. Good. So what I would be looking at is waiting for some strong support signals and looking to be buy side bias on the yen, on the USD JPY as the market looks to open. So yes, as the shorter time frames decline, I see some strong support around the 147. So we will be looking at some buy side entries around the 147 mark on the shorter time frames when the market opens shortly. Okay, so we'll be bullish on JPY for the day. Okay, let's hop on down to the USD Great British Pound. USD JPY.
JPY.
Yeah, JPY. Yeah, okay. Japanese yen.
Well, I heard like I don't know what I heard. JB. I'm like, what's JB? Order filled.
So for the USD GBP, maybe thought that a Great British Pound. On the week, we see some sell side pressure here. Okay, around 81 cent. All right, and then we're going to drop down to the day chart, also seeing some sell side pressure. Okay, and on the 4-hour. So we're going to be sell side bias on USD JPY. So we'll, in the shorter time frames, we will look for some areas where they are getting some support. And then when it reaches a resistance level that we're comfortable with on the shorter time frames, we will begin to look for some sell side entries on the USD Great British Pound. All right. And I'm actually going to switch it. Instead of the Canadian dollar, I'm actually going to look at the USD Euro. Okay. So we're going to look at the USD Euro, start out on a 1 week. 1 week, we are seeing some buying support come in for a potential crossover to the upside on the 1 week. All right. On the day, we are in an upside trend. Got a crossover the last week on the 15th. So we are bullish on USD Euro for the longer terms. All right. We'll drop down into the 4 hours, starting to see the support pick up. Yes, so we are bullish on USD Euro, and we'll be waiting for some resistance areas. I see some resistance coming into the market now. So I'll be looking for some quality resistance here to push the market down. And when it gets some support and I get that buy signal on the shorter time frames, I will be looking to go long USD Euro. Okay, so we're going to be long USD Euro today, short USD Great British Pound, and long on the USD JPY. Okay, so those are our three outlooks for Forex today. Again, any markets that hit our signals, we're willing to trade within our universe of selections that you see here. Any of these that hit any of our list, we will be willing to trade, but we have some things that we just kind of focus in on. And that is what we're looking at for Forex.
All right.
Any thoughts on the crypto?
Hold on.
Okay, I'll look at
my
crypto.
computer cut off. I gotta get hold on.
Resituated. All right, so we'll look at crypto today. On the 1 week, BTC and Ethereum are the two that we're going to be looking at. BTC on the 1 week is now crossing over to the downside. On the 1 week, let's look at the 1 day. The 1 day had crossed over last week as well.
I guess this is that dangerous correction that potentially may be coming.
And I actually think it's manipulation from building up all of that hype, Bitcoin spot ETF, and it's going to the moon and all of this. What I think now is they are the bigger institutions and bigger whales in Bitcoin are tanking this, and they may tank it probably if history serves me well. They may push it down until around April or May to get it as low as they possibly can for quality entries on the Bitcoin halving event. So the Bitcoin halving event, we'll go into a little bit more detail later in the show, but the Bitcoin halving event is scheduled to happen around April or May. And that's when they foresee Bitcoin going over $100,000, over $150,000. So what I believe is happening was the institutional push for the ETFs. That news started to get the market excited over the last couple of weeks. They drove it up to some 52-week highs around this 49,000 mark. Okay. And then I think they're selling off, taking their profits. Okay. And then I think that they're going to let the sell off ride, get some more fear in the market. And then the halving event, Bitcoin will be close to probably its, weekly or monthly VWAP. And I think they will buy it up and look to ride the ride up for the halving event. That is my personal opinion. Do with it what you will. That is what I will be doing. Okay. So we'll follow this market down, and we're sell side bias now off the 1 week, off the 1 day. Okay. We'll look at the 4 hour, also sell side bias. 1 hour literally just got a sell from the algo. So yes, it will be sell side bias on Bitcoin throughout the day. So anytime I see some bullish moves in here, I'll be looking for the bullish moves to ride into some resistance, and then we'll look to enter into some sell sides. Okay. All right. So I'll hop into Ethereum. Ethereum, we have a strong bull move on the week chart. Okay. We have a sell side cross on the 1 day chart. So Ethereum is looking mixed right now on the longer time frames, which is kind of understandable because it's literally $30,000, $37,000 cheaper than Bitcoin. So people may be looking to get in on some of these cheaper positions because typically as Bitcoin rises, Ethereum rises. So obviously it's cheaper to buy something that's 2,300 versus 40,000. Okay, even though you don't have to buy these coins in whole, you could buy them in fractions and trade them in fractions. All right. Let's go down to the 1 hour sell side bias, some very strong pressure, selling pressure. Okay, so some mixed signals for Ethereum. 1 day is sell,
order filled.
1 week is bias. Some of the shorter time frames are sell side bias. So we could be looking at some nice sell side entries based off of some resistance. So I would be sell side bias on both Bitcoin and Ethereum today, looking for some run up that doesn't really have a lot of volume or volatility, and then looking to get in on the sell side for Ethereum. So that is some of our pre-market analysis covering the markets
Awesome.
I
I
can just
actually
look it over
just
here.
entered while you were chatting. We got a buy signal on the ES, the mini ES.
Okay.
So I actually just entered a trade, hoping that I can also take advantage of this market opening bell run up that typically happens, all the volume that happens there. So
Okay.
I've actually just entered long on the buy side for the micro E-mini S&P 500. The ticker symbol is MESH20, right?
Okay.
All right.
All right, so she's buy side entered on our first trade of the day, and some of you guys may be asking, well, how is she trading already? The market doesn't open till 9:30, right? And if you're new to the show, new to the markets, new to us, we also trade in the futures market. So the stock market, yes, the stock market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, which is about 5 minutes from now. The futures market has been open since last night at 6 p.m. It actually trades 22 hours a day. Forex market is 24 hours and the crypto market is 24 hours. So you can literally make money around the clock, make money while you sleep. So when she says she's long or she just got into her first trade on the S&P 500 futures contract, which is the ES, that market has been open since last night at 6 o'clock. So we got our first trade. That's actually our first trade of the official show.
Oh, nice. Yes. Okay. I'm trying to queue up for these NVIDIA calls on NVIDIA as well.
All right.
All right.
And
we got
so
4 minutes here.
Okay, yeah, and so we're going to be going back and forth from each of our screens of what we're actually trading, what we're actually investing. Now, we go over investing and we go over trading, but they are different, right? So they're similar in you putting your money to work for you, but investing is bigger picture, long term, something you're looking to put your money into and hold it for at least a year. Trading is short term when you're looking to put your money to work and get it a return back in 1 year or shorter. Okay, so we're going to be going over some of those investments and some of our trades.
I do want to make sure that we show on the screen or read through the disclaimer before the opening bell. Just thought about that.
All right, let's do that.
So let us know when it's queued up or how you want to do it, or if you want to pop it up.
Yes.
Or we can put it, but make sure we do that.
Yes, absolutely. Safety first. Risk management for ourselves as well.
Seatbelts.
Okay, so the algo just got into. Oh, that's actually another algo. Okay, yeah, different algo. All right. So for those of you who are still relatively new to myself, I trade, but I trade through algorithms. So I will come up with the idea or the strategy, and then we will back test it using computer programming, and we will then create algorithms to trade for me automatically.
Order filled.
What I will do is set up the algorithms on my system and be able to track them and monitor them throughout the day or throughout the show. So my algos pretty much trade 24 hours a day, and some of them are set to open as the 9:30 bell approaches. Okay, so I've already mentioned I'm going to be bullish on Nasdaq and oil, and bearish on the bond. So that's what I'm looking at on the futures.
Order filled.
We will be looking to execute those trades in the market. When it comes to the stocks that I'm going to be interested in looking into today, I'm always very interested. You picked SPY though today, right?
I did. Mm-hmm.
I'm always very interested in BlackRock. So whatever BlackRock.
I was gonna say if you wanted to show it because when I was going over it, my screen wasn't working.
Okay, I will hop in there. I'm always interested in BlackRock. Whatever BlackRock is doing, I want to know. So I'm always interested in BlackRock. Okay, so I'll be taking a look at BlackRock today. I also will be looking at Riot. I'll be looking at Riot today, which is around $10 a share. So BlackRock is about $805 a share. Riot is about $10 a day, $10 a share. I'm going to be looking at Riot today because Riot tracks very closely to the crypto and Bitcoin market. So I really want to see how that's operating today. The other thing that I'm very interested in today is JP Morgan because it is earnings week, I believe, for JP Morgan. So I want to see what they're doing on the financial side. So I'll be looking at BlackRock, JP Morgan, and Riot.
This week. I think they were that was I think that was the week before last. So I remember I had some calls on them.
Okay.
But yeah, they were the week before last.
Okay, so they're not. I just want to pick a financial.
But we do have American Express and there was another one.
IBM is on there as
What
far
is
as
the IBM?
Wednesday.
Oh yeah, IBM.
Okay, so IBM is on our watch list. So I'll look at
Capital
IBM
One
today.
as well.
Capital One is financial.
Yeah.
It didn't make the watch list for
Oh,
this year,
okay.
though.
Order
But
filled.
IBM.
Tesla
So
did.
I'll be looking at BlackRock,
Tesla did too.
IBM, Riot. We can look at Tesla.
Yeah, their earnings is Wednesday.
Order
All right.
filled.
And then we got our opening bell
Order
just
filled.
happened. So ding, ding, ding. We will
Ring,
get our
ring, ring,
opening
ring,
bell
ring,
in here.
ring,
Let's see
ring,
if the
Order
futures have any
filled.
trades. All right. No trades yet on the futures. Okay. Let me take a look here at Tesla. So Tesla here on the 1 day is in a very strong sell side. So we could be looking at some sell side opportunities. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. Okay, when that loads up. All right. So we got some
Order
buy side
filled.
pressure happening here on Tesla on the 1 hour. All right. So what I would be looking for is it to potentially meet some resistance.
Order
And when
filled.
it meets some resistance, then I would be looking to get in sell side on some shorter term trades. If I'm looking to get in and out on
Order
today.
filled.
All right. As well as long term, it's in a sell side trade. I mean, it's in a very strong sell signal, but starting to get some support
Order filled.
around this 211 mark. Okay, so I'll keep my eyes for Tesla on the sell side and looking for some actual sell side signals here on the shorter time frames. Okay, so seeing some
Order
consolidation
filled.
here in Tesla, but the shorter time frames are showing some buys, so I'm looking for some buys. Let them run up into some resistance, and I will be looking to get some sell side trades on today. All right, Riot. Okay, 1 hour chart is getting some support from this sale. Okay, so it did just get a buy signal on the 1 hour chart
Order
for
filled.
Riot. But like I said, it tracks heavily closely to Bitcoin. So I'm going to let Riot run up a little bit, and I will be looking for some sell side entry opportunities on Riot. All right, so those are the 3 stocks that I'll be looking at today. Okay. All right, so looking at the news of the opening bell, we can see if we have some strong insights coming in.
We have our
order filled.
Definitely in. Not sure if they can see my screen.
You see my screen yet? Oh. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So in futures is not my sweet spot. That is definitely Dion's sweet spot. So I'm trying to get more acclimated with futures because I'm more of a stock and options
girl. In futures,
they give me anxiety sometimes, like moving too fast. But anyway, I've been practicing the last few weeks,
getting reacclimated with futures. And so, as I mentioned earlier, we got this beautiful buy signal that came through. I activated on the buy signal. The entry point was around 4,886. Yes, 4,886. And now this mini S&P or ES is up to 4,891.
So we're already up in this trade in just a few minutes that it's been open. I have my stop
down here, but I can obviously adjust this stop. I have my stop set at 4,879. But now that this has increased, we can adjust this stop a little bit higher and lock in some of these profits that we already have. So that's one live trade. I also purchased some calls on NVIDIA as well at the market open. So yeah, those are some initial things that we've done here.
All right.
The last few minutes.
Good stuff. All right, and so on the NASDAQ, the algo just got in, on the Dow Jones on the buy side as well. So you're in on the buy for the micros, and the algorithm got in here on the buy side on the Dow Jones as well. So we are pretty bullish on the equities, it seems, and the algorithm is holding true to that. So we got our first couple of trades on the day. All right. For the futures. Now, coming over here into the Forex market, we're buy-side bias on JPY.
Order
So we will be
filled.
looking for some buy side opportunities on the shorter time frame. It seems to still be trending down a little bit right now, so we'll keep our eye on that. Okay, 5 minutes just crossed over to the bull side.
Order
I
filled.
do like to see that. Got some resistance in the 1 and the 3. So I will be looking for a buy side signal on the 15-minute
Order
chart for
filled.
USD/JPY, and we'll be looking to get into that trade. Okay, checking out Great British Pound. Remember, we were sell side bias on the Great British Pound, so we're looking for a sell signal around the 5-minute or the 15-minute chart to show that it has some quality resistance in there. I can see it's getting some resistance on the 5-minute chart. I do like to see that. So I'm looking
Order
for a
filled.
sell signal on the 5 to 15-minute chart on Great British
Order
Pound.
filled.
And when that happens, we'll be looking to get in sell side on that. Okay?
Awesome.
All
And
right.
if you enter the NVIDIA trade,
Order
that
filled.
I did at the market open, I know for my options, I had a strike price of 605. We're up about between 7 and 8%. It's kind of teetering around. Definitely just locked in more profits as well on the ES. Let's take a quick look at the SPY. That is trending up
as anticipated. Let's see what Apple did. Apple also did trend up as anticipated. They're currently up $2.21
pre-market. They were only up, I think
40
cents or 60
cents
cents or so. So tons of opportunity if you guys got into any of these trades this morning. Our Apple trade or Apple call out was correct. The SPY as well, and NVIDIA, and then also I guess if you're on the buy side for the ES too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so looking at some news, coming back to some news. So tech leads stock
Order
market's
filled.
January rally by wide margins, and be able to watch out for February that's coming up. So a lot of people have mixed feelings about the overall market right now because they believe that most of the market is down, but tech is literally keeping the markets alive, right? And so when you think about volume and you think about volatility, tech is probably the most heavily traded sector, which has a lot of volume and it gives a lot of volatility because it's actively traded by a lot of institutions and retail investors. Okay, so as you guys are thinking about investments, you see us talking about short-term trades right now to produce daily income and weekly income. As you guys are thinking about making investment decisions, you want to put on your long-term cap, right? And so if you look at our watch list, we have a lot of quality companies, okay, that we're bullish on bigger picture long term. So if you see some that are in the red for a day or a week, you need to put your cap on and say, okay, well, these are buy side opportunities for me to buy quality companies at a discount or on sale for the long term, right? So if you see Apple or JP Morgan or BlackRock or anything on our watch list down for a short period of time, a week, even a month, and you're looking to hold these investments for years, think of it as you're finding your favorite shoe or your favorite brand or your favorite company on sale, and these are great opportunities for you to get in.
Yep, it's literally like when you go to Target and you go to that little end of the aisle and your favorite stuff is over there, you're like, oh my gosh, all my stuff is on clearance. That is literally what these opportunities are like when these companies take dips or their values, the stock value starts to fall much lower than what the actual true value of the stock is.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the Dow Jones is now back in a bullish signal. Okay, so we are in our third trade of the day on the Dow.
Yeah, I got stopped out on the ES.
Okay, nice.
But I mean, good for
yeah,
profit,
first
so it's
profitable
okay.
trade. First
Order
trade of
filled.
the Money Matrix session live officially, and it was profitable. So, and we celebrate all wins over here. So, yes, she only made $95 in that trade, but the market has been open for 9 minutes. She got into that trade about 5 minutes before the market opened. So she made $95 in let's call it 14 minutes, right? So think about that for if you have a $100 hour job, right? Working for that 1 hour versus a 15-minute trade making $95. All right, the Dow is starting to take off a little bit. We are up $160 to $170. This is one contract, $5 a tick. Over here in this platform, we just crossed $200. Now, the other thing to keep in mind with some of these short-term trades, being able to get in and out, we only want to make data-driven decisions to get in, and we only want to make data-driven decisions to get out. Okay, so if we can see here on the Dow Jones chart, right, we can see we got this buy signal. We made a little bit of money off of that. All right, for about, let's say, 10 ticks, 15 ticks. Got into the sell side trade, which is some little bit of risk management. All right, stopped out of there for a slight loss, but minimized that risk, and now we're on the buy side and we're up $275. So now we're net profitable based off of the 3 trades that we've taken in the market so far on the Dow. Sorry about that.
Order filled. Order
so we hear from
filled.
our team that you guys are getting a little bit of feedback and echo. So we'll work on getting that sound fixed for you all. Okay. Let's see if we got into any other trades.
Order
All right,
filled.
we just got out of the bond trade. Okay. All right. So if that gets back in, I will let you guys know. But as of right now, our only futures trade on my side is the Dow Jones, and we've just crossed 250 bucks. Okay. Now we can look at some options. You want to look at some option opportunities? Are you looking for, when you're looking for your options, can you also give a little bit of insight what makes you pick between, 48-hour trades, swing trades? Like what are you looking at when you're looking at your options?
Yeah,
so last time for options, I'm looking to literally enter the trade and exit the trade a lot of times in the same day, sometimes within the hour or so. But I also have options I'm holding for longer term as well. But just even if I'm planning to get out that day, I'm not buying an option that expires that day, or not even that week, right? So for the options that I purchased today on the video, I purchased them for, I believe, March. And I like to do that because it gives us time if God forbid the stock doesn't go the way that I do anticipate it to go, it gives me some time for it to potentially rebound. And that strategy for me has paid off a lot, because I've definitely had, especially with earnings, have had stocks just completely go the opposite way. Like just
not what you expected.
Just
right.
Like, come on now, didn't even try. Yeah. And you're just like, oh my gosh. And literally seeing the value of that option fall by like 80%. Mm-hmm. But literally seeing the value increase by 80% and sometimes crossing over 100% return the following week, just because it had enough time to rebound. So I've had a lot of opportunities that started out as negative or money-losing opportunities that end up turning into even more profitable just by having that time. And I definitely realized, especially for new option traders, that's one of the things they do wrong. They literally open up their app or their software or whatever, and if you are a new option trader, please remember that when you first open up whatever software you're using, I know we like Robinhood or whatever it is, or the expiration date that's going to be first is whatever date is the closest, right? So I always like to use that spoiled milk or buying milk kind of analogy, right? Remember when you were a kid, your mom says, all right, go over there and get some milk. But put your hand in the back and get the milk from the back, or get the bread from the back. It's a similar concept, right? You're not going to buy milk or bread that expires today or tomorrow. Okay, because it's not going to give you enough time to consume all of it. So that's what I like to look at. But that's definitely where I see most people who start trading options, like literally get in and start losing money immediately, just because they literally don't change the expiration date. And time decay is not your friend. Okay, time decay will have your brokerage account looking hella sad. Okay, so that is something that is very, very important. I want you guys to keep top of mind.
Okay, and she brings out a lot of good points there with, risk management,
order
knowing
filled,
yourself, knowing your budget, and sticking to your rules. Okay, so a lot of good call outs right there. All right, so we are now, the algos are in some trades. We're now sell side on the ES, okay, up 112 bucks on that. All right. So we are up 285 on the NASDAQ.
Order filled.
We're up 112 on the ES on the sell side. Now we're up 350 on gold. Let me pull up the gold chart, and we're up 200 on silver. So we're short silver and we're short gold. Let me pull those charts up All right, so we got the silver chart here.
Order filled.
We are up 175 bucks in silver.
Order filled.
Silver, and we are they literally just exited the gold. All right, so we just took profits off the gold on that cross right now. So we are actively still selling silver.
Order filled.
Just got out of that trade as well.
Order filled.
All right, so we're still selling silver. We're selling the ES right now, and we are bullish on the Dow. Those are our 3 current trades. Okay, so we are up net, and I have multiple screens on here, so I'll share some stuff. This is our trade right here. We realized we're up 414 collectively, so net profit we're up $378. And you can see I got algorithms trading everywhere, multiple different strategies, et cetera, et cetera. But this highlighted one here is our main one that we're focused in on with actually live trading and with the real bag, okay? All right, so those are our 3 current trades right now.
Order filled.
Bullish on the Dow. We are selling the ES, and we are selling silver, okay, on the futures.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, we're getting some rebound on NVIDIA as well over here. Yeah, Tesla is pretty flat today. So we just got another buy signal on the 1-minute chart for the ES. Do you see that on your side?
On the 1 minute, I do see the 1 minute get ready to cross over.
Yep.
On the buy side.
Getting ready to do a little crossing. So I might get back in here.
Okay. All right. I don't know why. We're gonna have to check into this TradingView IB connection because it
kicks you out, right?
Yeah, that's the thing that's frustrating. I don't
know why. Like, I don't know if it's because.
Yeah, that's definitely something we're gonna have.
Like, cause it's definitely done it mid trade.
Yeah. Don't like that.
All right, so we're getting some messages that I guess Odell, you want to check the audio, and maybe we're good. Okay, we just got. Louis was saying.
Okay. He just said it's still. So maybe we can pop the disclaimer up
and we can
get the sound
worked out.
Okay. Yes, bear with us, everybody. This is our first show, so we're working through some of the kinks. We'll continue to push. Okay.
Let me turn your audio off for 2 seconds.
Okay.
If you all have specific stocks, bonds, options, Forex, futures, or crypto you guys want us to take a look into, feel free to drop them into the chat, and we will also do some scanning on those as well.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I think we are looking at your screen right now as I pull this up.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. A bunch of people say happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Order field announcement is very distracting. It can be removed. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me mute that. Actually, sorry. That's on mine. Let me mute that. Okay. Cool.
What?
Thank you for that feedback.
That's the audio.
Computer, the order field. Okay. Well, I just muted it. So we should be good now. Okay, thank you for that feedback. Love it, love it, love it.
You just solved our audio problem.
Hey, thank you. Who was that? Colton. Thanks, Colton. Okay. Yes, continue. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow the channel. Also, you can scan that QR code and join our Money Matrix community. It's absolutely free. It's a Discord community where you'll be around other like-minded people, and we'll be talking about trading and investing all the time. Also, you guys can join our Wall Street Academy course, which is brand new and literally just got kicked off this past, well, yesterday. So you could definitely join the Wall Street Academy, all right, and be looking to hop into that with our people. So scan the QR codes or click the link. Let's make sure we got the, shout out to the 53 people in here supporting. I like it. We can maybe pin that in the comments
Order
for
filled.
the Discord, to join the Discord community and the Wall Street Academy, and they can get the 50% off, okay? All right, so the only trade I'm currently in, we're still in this buy side trade on the NASDAQ. We may get across here to the downside and capture those gains, but we're up 290 to 300 bucks on this. All right, so that is our futures trade that we're currently in right now.
Standard deviations are
not showing. Okay.
Yeah, so I have to reapply it.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do it later.
Cool.
But I was like, where are my standard deviations?
Order filled.
But yeah, so that's where we are.
But yes, the buy signal was definitely accurate. We are already up in this trade. It was definitely hitting some resistance over here around this 4,894. But it looks like it has pushed up. I usually have my little standard deviation bands. I don't have them. So yeah.
All right, well, let me
help you get that on there. And Alexander said, what do we think about Netflix?
Yeah, let's take a look at Netflix. Okay.
All right.
Switch over to my computer, and I will just show this NASDAQ trade while I help.
Order filled.
Okay, so.
Did we put the disclaimer up real quick?
Yeah, he put it up there.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
He did. Okay. Working. What chart are you on?
Order filled.
Yes.
1 minute. Okay.
Oh yeah, 1 minute. Yeah.
All right. So let's just close it and get you a good one. Right. That's why it's not working for you right now.
Order filled.
Crazy.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's fine. We'll fix it because it's supposed to be like
the
highest.
It's built in here. So.
But it was working yesterday.
You know that's how it be. Okay, so we got out of that Dow Jones trade for about 250 bucks. Took profit out of that, and now we're on the sell side trade. Okay, so Alexandria, I believe that was it Alexandria? Yeah, Alexandra asked about our thoughts on Netflix. Okay, cool. So let's pull up Netflix.
Order filled.
And look at it on the charts. Now, Netflix didn't make our 2024 watch list, but it is something that we can always keep an eye on,
especially because they're not letting us share passwords anymore. So,
I know, right?
But I will say their revenue from their earnings has gone up pretty drastically since y'all stopped sharing passwords. So.
Yeah, because they minimizing they
And we're on a little run right here with this ES. Finally, I'm gonna lock in
more profits here.
All right.
All right. So we're now looking at Netflix for Alexandra. Okay. So now we're gonna talk about investment versus trading and the opportunities that you can make money off of Netflix. Okay. So you could trade Netflix stock. You can invest in Netflix stock.
Order filled.
You can get Netflix option leaps. You can get Netflix short-term options. Okay, so let's talk about all the ways that you can get money off of Netflix. So if we look at Netflix on a 1 month chart, we can see Netflix from its open, pretty strong trajectory up from its IPO all the way up to its all-time high about 717.
Order filled.
We can see that in 2021, Netflix tanked all the way down from 711 to 167 bucks, okay? And we can see now that
Order
Netflix is
filled.
in an uptrend since last December. Okay, so from a 1 month perspective, if you're looking to invest in Netflix, this is a quality buy side opportunity for long term because it has bounced off of that $167 low and is now all the way back up to $480. So if you're looking for Netflix for a investment for
Order
a bigger
filled.
picture long
Order
term,
filled.
okay, then
Order filled.
that's the opportunity for a long-term investment.
And then also keeping in mind, all that's definitely correct, but also keeping in mind that this Wednesday, the earnings come out.
Order
so,
filled.
you know, letting people know too that, yes, it could be completely upside, but depending on how this earnings goes, there could potentially be a drop there.
Yeah, so that's a great call out. So if you're looking to invest in Netflix for the long term, you could potentially wait for you can wait for the earnings to pass to see if there is some dip and enter in. And even if there is a spring up, you know that from a long-term standpoint, it's still $300 away from its all-time high and it's pushing up, okay? So on the 1 week, we are also in a buy-side trend on Netflix. Now, that's an investment look, okay? So when we're looking at investments, we're looking at the 1 week and 1 month chart for an investment that we were look to enter into and hold for at least 1 year, all right? Now, without
Order filled.
come down into some trading. If you want to look at how you can make money off of Netflix on trading, you can look at leap options and you can look at swing and investing.
And what's leap option for people that don't know?
Yeah, so a leap option is a long-term equity anticipation security. So it's basically a call option or a put option that is at least 1 year or longer. So you can literally buy an option to say, hey, I believe that this market will go up and the expiration date starts at 12 months
Order
from
filled.
now, okay? So think about it. If you bought Netflix leap option right now today, it wouldn't expire until next January 22nd, and you could potentially ride the profits up for the entire year just through that one trade, all right? So that's what a leap is. So when we talk about investing, you can get you some stock and hold it for 1 year or longer, or you can get leaps, and you can hold leaps for up to 3 years, all right? So if I'm looking at Netflix, I'm looking at some buy side opportunities here because it's crossing above the VWAP. It's below, it's $300 below its all-time high, and it's showing some good buying pressure. So if I was looking to invest, I would maybe wait for after the earning report, and then I would go in for an investment opportunity, either a leap or to buy and hold the stock. Now, looking at some day trading opportunities or some swing trading opportunities, I'm going to be looking at the 1 day chart in the 2 hour chart, okay? So on Netflix, on the 1 day chart, we can see that it's right here by the VWAP and it's looking to cross above the VWAP. So now this gives me some more bullish sentiment on Netflix on the shorter term. So I will be looking to maybe buy some stock to hold for a week or 2 or 3 after this signal, okay, for some swing trading, or I would be looking to get some options that are maybe 30 to 60 days out and get some call options at the money, okay? If I'm looking to day trade or swing trade these, I would be starting to look at the 2 hour and boom, we just got a buy side on the 2 hour. So now this will be a confirmation for me to go and buy some option calls, okay? For my option club members, you know what I would also do to sell some premium to get paid off that and get the income up front. Or if I'm looking to buy some Netflix, I can come in here and I can say, okay, you know what? Let's make an order. I want to buy. Okay, I want to do a limit order. The current price is at $483.24. Okay, so let's say I want to get 100 shares of that. Now, if I am buying the stock, remember I have to pay $483.28 a share on this. And then I want to make sure that my stop loss is set. If you want to have a take profit, I recommend at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Okay, so if I'm going to day trade or swing trade this, okay, I can say, hey, I want to risk no more than 5% of my available cash balance. Let's say I start with $10,000 of available balance, then 5% of $10,000 will be $500. So I can only buy 1 share. If I have $100,000
Order
and I want
filled.
to do 5% of that, I can risk up to $5,000 in this trade. So I could say my stop loss is going to be $5,000. Okay, the price. That's at price. Actually, let's do 5%. 5%. Okay. And then my profit target will be 2x, a minimum of 2 to 1. So my profit target will be 10%.
Order filled.
Okay, so that means that
Order
the
filled.
most I will
Order
risk in this
filled.
trade,
Order filled.
okay, is $5,000. Okay, and my potential profit
Order
is
filled.
$10,000. Okay, so I would then go ahead and submit a buy order on this trade for Netflix. Okay, so now we are long Netflix based off of the analysis that I just put in. Okay, and we can see here and
Order
track
filled.
this trade and
Order
see what that
filled.
would be. And I made this decision off my 2-hour chart, so I will be looking to hold this trade for at least 3 to 7 days if I was swing trading Netflix. All right, now if I was actively day trading this and I wanted to get in and out today, I would then look at the 1 hour, which is also in a buy
Order
signal. So I
filled.
like that. It's 10 o'clock. I
Order
just bought at
filled.
the top of the hour. For a little bit more risk management, I would go into the shorter
Order
time frame,
filled.
15-minute, 5-minute, and I would wait until I get a buy signal on the 5-minute. And when I get a buy signal on the 5-minute, I would enter into the buy side trade on Netflix, and I would be looking to ride that trade through the 1 hour signal.
Order
Okay,
filled.
so the 1 hour signal just gave me a buy. I would look and wait for the 5-minute signal to give me a buy side signal, and then I would enter and hold that and monitor that
Order
trade throughout
filled.
the day, looking to exit before 4 p.m. And that would be a day trade. The trade that I just put in would be a swing trade to give it a little bit more time based off of that 2-hour chart. And Alexandra, that is what I would do for Netflix on an investment standpoint. I would be long Netflix, getting in around the VWAP after the earnings reports. I would get some option leaps.
Order
If I
filled.
wanted to do some long-term call options on Netflix, and then if I wanted to swing trade, I would do calls with an expiration from about 30 days from now, or I would just get in on that swing trade that I just did, looking for about a 1-week hold, a 3 to 7 day hold minimum. And if I look at the day trade, I would be waiting for
Order
a signal on the
filled.
5-minute chart. Currently looking to get in and get out before 4 p.m. Okay, that is what I
Order
will be
filled.
doing on Netflix. All right, now let's take a look to see if we got any trades here in the futures charts. Okay, we are
We just got a
currently
buy on the ES.
okay.
Here.
So Dominique, we'll switch over to Dominique's charts. She just got a buy signal on the ES. Let's see if she's going long on the
We
ES.
just got a buy signal. What time is it? 10:02. Buy signal came through at 10 o'clock. There was a slight drop after that.
Wow, look at that. So we got that buy signal, and then I don't know if my computer is glitchy, but it's actually kind of falling. So this is on the 1 minute. Let's take a quick look at the 5-minute chart. See, the 5-minute chart is showing literally all upside. Let's take a quick look at the 2-hour chart. Yeah, still upside potential. So let's see here. Stretch this out a tad. So we got this buy signal. I want to see how this bar closes before entering, because everything else is definitely on the buy side for sure. All right, so we'll see how this bar closes. What are you saying on your side?
All right, so
What's one?
this is
One that's up 450.
we are buying the oil. So we are bullish on oil. We got a buy signal on the oil at 9:11. So I told you this is one of my other algos. It got a buy signal at 9:11, and it's currently up $450. We're currently here on the sell side. Got in on the sell side signal on the NASDAQ, and it's currently up 120. So out of these two trades, we're up around $600, $700. Okay. So those are our future trades currently right now.
Was it news at 10?
It was a small folder. It was like consumer, like CB index, but it wasn't a red folder. Okay, so Shireen said, "Happy birthday. Can we look at Palantir?"
Thank you, Shireen.
All right, let's pull up Palantir.
Order filled.
Okay, yeah, there was a little bit of news. Yes, a little bit of news at 10.
All right.
Like it just happened at 10.
Order filled.
We had a buy signal, and then we've had a slight fall. It's actually headed down to the VWAP.
The other thing to look at, remember, if you on the 1 minute chart, so you want to look at the different time frames.
Yeah, look at the 5. See, the 5 minutes. The 5 minutes also headed down towards the VWAP. So it'll likely, hopefully, bounce off of it.
Okay.
So it could be a good entry point. But go ahead for Palantir.
All right, so Palantir is on our watch list. So we will pull up Palantir. Okay. And all right, so we'll look at Palantir again. We're going to talk about investment, and we're going to talk about trading and the opportunities of how you can make money off of Palantir.
We actually just, really quick, we just got a buy signal for Palantir actually on the 5 minute chart. Right here, the buy signal came through at
9:55 on the 5 minute chart. That's why I said there must have been a little bit of news because we got all those buy signals and then some things started to fall. But likely things will probably start to rebound. As you can see, it's already starting to do.
Okay. So looking at Palantir from two angles, investing and trading. Okay. If I'm looking at investment, I'm always going to start on the 1 month chart because I want to go and look back at the history of that stock and how it's done over time. Now, Palantir just went public, I want to say in 2020. I remember I gave you guys Palantir before its IPO. It IPO'd at 9.17. I gave you guys Palantir. If you guys have been a part of my community for the last couple of years, we got in when it was $9.17 and rolled it up. It had got to like $50. So that was a nice ride. But I like to start at the 1 month chart to see how it's been performing. Right now, it just crossed over into a buy signal in May of 2023. And that was at $8.91, and it's all the way up now to $17.32. So we can see it was a very good buy signal. Now, I'm bullish on Palantir long term for a couple different reasons. Number one, the founder and CEO is Peter Thiel, who's like an OG Silicon Valley tech lord. He was co-founder of PayPal with Elon Musk, co-founder of Founders Fund with the guy from Napster. He is
Napster.
Yeah,
he took it back.
Yeah, Sean Parker. So Peter Thiel was also the first investor into Facebook. So Peter Thiel knows a lot about investing, knows a lot about business, and I'm bullish on Palantir because it's cybersecurity, and I think that cybersecurity is the #1 threat to all of humanity because everything touches technology. So he has a lot of big government contracts with the United States government, and it's cybersecurity. So I'm bullish on Palantir long term. And we got a buy signal in May of 2023, and it's been trending up ever since. So if I'm looking for a good buy side opportunity for long-term investment, I do still think this is a quality opportunity to get into Palantir.
Order filled.
So now coming down to the 1 week chart. So that would mean that I would be looking for an investment for 1 year or longer to entry points to hold Palantir, or I could also get some option leaps. Okay. Now, when it comes to the 1 week chart, if I'm looking at building a position or doing some options trading that I would be getting out of less than a year, right? I can see that Palantir is also now starting to trend up. It got some quality support around that $16 mark. Okay, so there was some resistance from the middle of early December, and now it has some support for the last 3 weeks at that 16 and bounced up, and is now approaching a good quality crossover. So I would be now buy side bias on Palantir. On the 1 day chart, we just got a crossover. So if I'm looking for an entry here, I just did a swing trade for NASDAQ. Let's talk about a day trade opportunity for Palantir. So 1 hour signal, strong buying, right? So what I would do is I would look for some resistance on a shorter time frame. 5 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute, right? Okay, so the 1 minute is in the buy. So if I'm looking for a trade here on the day trade opportunity, I would be looking to buy Palantir. I would wait until this gets a sell signal. and then I would wait for the next 1 minute buy signal, and I would enter into a buy side trade for Palantir. Now, if it's the stock, I'm okay and comfortable with buying the stock here at this price. And even if it doesn't go in my favor initially, I'm okay with buying it and holding it because I know I'm bullish long term on the stock as well. So that is one of the benefits of trading stock. If you are buy side bias on it and it just so happens to go down on you in the short term, if you're comfortable with only buying and trading quality stock, you can see that a bigger picture long term opportunity for here would be to buy and you could potentially hold. Okay, so now I'm going to set up my risk parameters. I'm going to make sure that I got a stop loss on here. I can also do a take profit if I want. Personally, I don't really like take profits. I don't want to limit my wins. I want my wins to run. So if I'm doing shorter term trades and even longer term trades, I really just protect my losses. So, Palantir is $18 a share, right? So if I want to risk 5% of my available capital, let's say I had a $10,000 account, that means that I can risk up to $500 in a trade. So I can get one share and let it risk up to $500, or I can get, 20 shares or 10 shares and that be at $180 and I can get into that trade and still stick to my rules. So I just got a buy side trade. I just got a buy signal here. So I'll do a market order, okay? And I will risk up to 5%, right? And I will now buy 100 shares of Palantir, okay? So I'll buy 100 shares of Palantir and now I'm in that trade. So that's how I would look for an investment. That's how I would look for option opportunities for the weekly trades or the daily trades. And that's also how I would look at a day trade on the stock for Palantir. So I would be looking, and now I'm up $239 in this trade. Okay. Nice. So I would be looking to hold this trade short term, right? And look at the signals, but 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour are all showing buy. We just got into a trade. We're now up $718 already in the first 1 minute of that trade. Okay. So we can see, and we're also starting to get some support now on our NASDAQ trade, which is now starting to turn around. Okay. So I would be looking to hold this trade, Palantir, for at least, an hour or so or a day or so, or track this. I would not get out of this trade until it's the end of the day if I'm day trading, or I got a sales signal on one of my short-term charts. If I get out of this trade for any other reason than a sales signal, it's fear or greed. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to let this trade rock. And that will be our trade on Palantir. And now I'll send it back over to Dominique as we go up $1,600 in this trade.
Let's go.
Already.
Let's go.
Okay.
I love it.
I love it.
So we got another buy signal on the ES. So let's see how this pans out. It's all signs pointing up.
And it definitely did what we actually thought it was going to do. It definitely came down and bounced off of that VWAP, which is, what we anticipated it to do. So that's exciting to see. So I personally just entered the ES trade. It just finally went profitable here. So it looks like we have some nice little upside. I'm hoping that it at least runs back up to a high that it hit earlier around this 4,898, which would be great. So let's see how this pans out. As far as one of our other stocks, I wanted to show you guys one thing here. This is the 1 minute chart. I'm gonna switch over to the 5 minute chart. This is so interesting. NVIDIA is such an intriguing stock to me because it's one of those stocks that if you sat here and focused in, you could make so much money riding this thing. As I've been sitting here, or since we started the show, NVIDIA has literally bounced between a low of 594 and a high of $602 just since we've been live. And I've literally seen it go, up $6, up $7 to down only, to only up 80 cents. Basically saying that if you have options on this, if you especially have enough money to day trade with these options, You literally could have gotten in and gotten out so many times. Every time that you got this buy signal got in, you got the sell signal got out, and literally you could have made thousands and thousands of dollars over the past hour by just riding this daggone roller coaster that NVIDIA is just on every single day. It is. I don't think I've ever seen a stock that just rides like this. Yeah, and it's like this all day where it's like, hey, come make money with us, come make money with us all day, and then by the time the market closes, it's just at its high and it sticks at the high, and then overnight it continues to ride up. It's absolutely beautiful, honestly. It's a beautiful thing. But I just wanted to highlight just the highs and the lows that NVIDIA has faced since we have literally just been live. And you guys could have literally rode this thing up and down if you wanted to. One more I want to point out that we had called that would be a buy. This is looking at the 5-minute chart for Apple. Apple has, look. Oh, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at it's beautiful. Like I can't. It just literally. It was like all the technical analysis rules just worked in this situation, right? So we had around the opening bell. It was Apple was trading around 192.10, and when we were saying, hey, everything looks strong, buy side, great opportunity to potentially get in. If you are like myself and bullish on Apple, and if you bought calls at the open, you could even continue to ride this until you get that sell signal and take those profits. Or if you're long like myself, I don't have any options on Apple today, but I have tons and tons and tons of shares that I own of Apple. But as you can see, this is great to see that it has rebounded over the past few weeks, right? Apple hit this low, and then right here is when that true low came. People like, oh my gosh, is this like Apple gonna be running and falling to the bottom? No, that's not the case, right? So I love that simple phrase, like what goes down, what goes up must come down, vice versa, right? What goes down must go back up. And I think that is it's, to me, it's like the simplest way that you can define trading, but that's literally all it is. It's literally just ups and downs and ups and downs, and it's being able to understand when these rebounds are going to come, and you can literally just sit here and print money if you want to, legally, without going to jail. So just wanted to highlight that. So Apple is currently up $3.28. So hopefully you guys were able to take advantage of that. Also the SPY, another beautiful climb, okay? That's on the week. But let's look at the 5-minute chart. Still another beautiful climb. We had some slight drops here. Remember, I was like, is some news going on or something that happened at 10? But we had 10 minutes or so of a bit of a lull, and then it's starting to rebound. So still very accurate on our anticipation of SPY having a upside. Hopefully you guys have potentially gotten into some trades. Even if you want to be done right now and call it a day, with any of the things we talked about, you would literally be profitable.
Yeah.
Suzanne says, I'm in Apple today.
Glad to hear. Glad to see you. I love it. Shout out to Miss Suzanne. I love that. She's great. She's great.
Good trade.
Yes. Our students they come here, they learn, and they implementing. So I love that. Shout out to Miss Suzanne.
Yeah, glad to hear. Glad to see it. So we're going to hop into, I know some people are putting in some stocks and some options and some futures they want us to check out. We'll scan here in a second. And look on a bunch of happy birthdays coming in. I love it, love it,
guys.
love it.
I'm trying to get into the chat.
So let's talk. We're still in this oil trade. We're up $560 in that trade. Shout out to that. We got out of that sell signal on the NASDAQ and now in a buy. Currently down a little bit. It just flattened out, minimized that loss. But it lost $100. We're still net positive over here in the oil. Okay. Now I want to bring up the crypto chart. So I had called sell on Bitcoin before we got out, or before in our pre-market analysis, and we would be very, very profitable. I meant to come back over here. We would have got in here on this 1 hour chart. It was $40,799. And it's down almost $200 already. So if you did get into that sale on Bitcoin, congratulations. I was over here looking at 86 different charts. I'm gonna probably get some more screens or something like that. Missed it. I am working on a scanner though that will scan all of these and just give us the updates in real time, which ones to go and check. So that scanner will be ready in about a week or two. So we'll be able to get the alert to kind of go back over to check and not miss any of these opportunities because I don't have this new algorithm built into TradingView just yet. Well, I do have it built in. It's not automated yet. But we will be coming on. But if you did get into that, remember I said before the market opened, I said, we were going to wait till we got some sell side pressure and it really started coming in. You can see it very clearly on this 15-minute chart. That sell side pressure started coming in around 9 when we were doing the analysis. And we were focused on the equities. But if you did get in that sale, congratulations. Okay. So you would be up at least $200 minimum on that, depending on how many you got in there. Okay, let's take a look. No, that's not what I wanted to see over here on Palantir. Okay, so we would be down quite substantially here on Palantir for $4 grand. And the Netflix will be up $3. Okay, so we got some selling pressure that came in on Palantir around 1018. But again, one of the beautiful things I said about stock is we're long on, we're only trading bullish, or I mean not bullish, blue chip or quality top 100, top 500 stocks, and we're only focusing really on the ones on our list. So we're long Palantir, and we will be okay holding this. Also, keep in mind there's a difference between if you're day trading or swing trading. Did just get across over here to the downside on the 3-minute. 15-minute is still strongly bullish. 1 hour is still strongly bullish. So if you are buying stock, okay, there's a great opportunity. That means that you are holding these for the long term if these are things that are on your watch list. So if you're day trading things that are on your watch list, it's also okay if you end up being down a little bit on that temporary day because it begins to become a part of your investment portfolio, okay? And as it turns around, you start to activate another thing called dollar cost averaging if you're getting into that particular investment multiple times, okay? So that is some look at some of the trades. Now, on the JPY, we're still looking at USD JPY. We're still waiting. Our 1 hour signal was, our 1 hour
Order
decision was
filled.
looking at some buy sides. So we're still looking at some bullish on the short terms that come in. It's still currently in a sell side pressure. So we'll patiently wait on that buy signal to show us some quality support. We can see there is support around the 147.82 mark. So when our shorter time frame gives us some buy signals, we will be looking to hop in on that. Okay, USD GBP, we were buy side bias on that, and we were sell side on the euro. So the USD, the Forex are going a little bit slower. They typically move a little bit slower than the other markets initially, but when they move, they definitely trend. So you can look at the 1 hour to the 4 hour for the Forex and make your decisions off of there, and then you just have to be patient and stick to your plans and stick to your rules. Okay, so those are our looks at the markets that we're covering so far in the trades that we have made. All right, we're now up $740 in that oil trade, and now we're up $95 on the sell side trade of the Nasdaq. One of the other things that makes me so excited about this show is because most of the time in our courses or in our communities or in our programs, we talk about how we have all our money working in all of these asset classes, but sometimes because we don't want to overwhelm the newbies or the students, we might only just focus on one asset class. Like, I'll primarily focus on futures or options, and Dominique will probably do stocks or options. But in here, we can literally show you how, and you see us making these real trades right in front of you, how you can have a diversified portfolio and make money in all of these asset classes every single day, right? And it's really just about knowing where the money resides, right? So super excited about showing these things through the show. Okay, so we want to look at some other stock from the chats. You want to look at some?
Sure. I'm trying to get into the chat. Tell me.
Jade, is Jade Aaron or Jade? I don't want to mispronounce your name. They say ELF. Can you look at ELF, please?
For
Yes.
ELF.
ELF.
Yes, ELF Cosmetics. It's the cosmetic company.
Okay, yeah. You see, I don't know.
Order
But
filled.
all right.
All right. So okay.
So taking
and we're on my screen.
Awesome. Okay. Perfect. So looking at 𝐿, so on our 5-minute chart, we got a sell signal that came in at the opening bell. It looks like 𝐿 took a bit of a dive. 𝐿 is actually down $9.90. So for my ladies who like a little cosmetic, this is one of the ones I know that our students love to trade. That typically actually does well. So I'm not sure. Oh, okay. I'm like, why are they down? All right, so Morgan Stanley just downgraded 𝐿 Beauty to price target to it looks like 137. Yep, is what happened. So that is why there's been a drop today. Now, thanks for whoever called this out, because this stock right now is literally just being affected by the news of the downgrade of the price. But because 𝐿 does trade a lot higher, you're actually already starting to see it rebound and starting to shake the news off a little bit, because that was 2 hours ago. So originally we had this sell signal, which was accurate, but it looks like we are starting to, we have the crossover happen, and so now we are in some upside potential right here on the 5-minute chart. Let's take a quick look at the 2-hour chart. 2-hour chart is still pointing down. Let's look at the day. This is actually, we have some potential to rebound right here. Let's look at the 1 minute. The 1 minute chart, we did just receive a buy signal at 10:21, so 5 minutes ago. So on the 1 minute chart, we have a buy signal, and then the 5-minute chart, we also have a lot of upside potential as well. And like I said, it looks like this stock is starting to shake off the negative news that it received earlier. So this could potentially be a really good day trade as 𝐿 starts to shed the $9 that it's fallen today. So even if you can ride the $9 drop to where it's maybe only down $6, that could be $3 that it can go up. So if you're purchasing the stock, that's one way to trade it. You know me, I like to go and purchase options on it, which gives me the ability to control tons and tons and hundreds of thousands of shares versus maybe only buying profiting off a couple hundred shares. But yes, we do have some upside potential here for the short term, as I think that 𝐿 is shaking off this downgrade that Morgan Stanley put on it. Did we have any other? Do we have any other? Let's see here.
So Miss Suzanne asked about. No, I'm sorry, not Miss Suzanne. Hold on, I'm looking. TMUS, TMUS. Yeah, it was Suzanne.
T-Mobile.
TMUS. I guess that's T-Mobile. Yeah, TMUS.
Okay. So that's a funny thing. Like, when you do this for a while, you really start to just know all the stuff.
Yes.
So funny.
Stock queen.
All right. So looking quickly at T-Mobile, TMUS is its ticker symbol. Let's start with the 1 minute chart, just because we're already there. So
Dominique echoing.
Always the echo.
Okay.
Oh, nobody. Okay.
So
well, I don't
before
wanna...
she gets into, as a reminder, everybody, this is our first show. This is the first show ever officially. So bear with us. We thank you for your patience, and keep working with us, keep rocking with us, keep coming in every day.
Tell the people.
You can go. I just wanted to remind, because some people who may not have known. It might be some random people off of YouTube
what
that
else
are
they
part of our
saying?
communities.
Are they? Am I still echoey, y'all?
So
real quick,
reminder,
a
couple of things.
Scan the QR code, join the Money Matrix Discord community. It's absolutely free. That's where the worlds of Money School and FD are coming together for the Money Matrix. And also we have our new full-scale course called Wall Street Academy, where we're covering stocks, bonds, options, Forex, futures, and crypto, and how to build an investment portfolio. Okay, and then we're going to be here live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern, here in the Money Matrix on the YouTube channel. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Come watch us every day and join our Discord communities. You're on her screen. Get off of her screen.
Yes. So just put it on my future screen and I'll talk to the people. Okay, so we're going to be actively live trading in here on these different asset classes. And we're going to be sharing our wins, sharing our losses, showing our investments, showing what we do every day in real time, and going over news and financial headlines. Okay, so tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. This is our first day, so we're going through some kinks. If you guys were part of our exclusive premiere last Friday with our communities, you know that this show is even better than the last show because we didn't even have a lot of the screens working. So we will be pushing through it and going from there. Bring the stocks, bonds, options, forex, futures, cryptos that you are interested in investing in and trading. We will look at them live in real time and give our thoughts. This is not we're not trying to sell you securities. We are not your fiduciaries, but we are showing you how we do live, professional, real life technical analysis and how we trade and invest. And I think Dominique is ready to cover T-Mobile.
Let's see.
Let's see.
I'm like, clearly I'm not supposed to be working on my birthday. Let's see. Is it working?
Special gift for you.
Can we see my screen? Am I sounding like the Grim Reaper? All right, let me know. All right, so really quickly, looking at T-Mobile,
looking at the 1 minute chart, we do have some upside. We had a nice crossover over here at 10:25. A nice crossover, and it is trending up. Also about an hour ago, Wells Fargo raised their price target for T-Mobile to $185 from $175, which is
probably also another reason
that we are seeing this upside. Also on the 1 minute chart, it looks like T-Mobile did just cross over the VWAP as well on the 1 minute chart. Let's take a quick look at the 5 minute chart. 5 minute chart, we're seeing the same thing. We just got another crossover. So it looks like T-Mobile's about to have a nice little trend up with
I'm assuming just a lot of buying pressure coming in, especially with this rise in the price target as well. So that's the 5 minute chart. We're getting some buy side pressure there, and then looking at the 2 hour chart, we have, the crossover is starting, to happen. It's trying to bounce off of this, trying to cross over the VWAP on the 2 hour. But it looks like once this 2 hour bar closes, we'll probably see that upside that we're starting to see on the 1 minute and on the 5 minute chart. So it's probably about to come down here, point at my screen like y'all can see it, and bounce off of this this VWAP and go up as it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, sorry. My computer. I don't know what's going on with my technology. I
thought my computer froze.
But yeah, so that's what we have for T-Mobile. Also looking at the day chart, I'll take a quick look at the day chart. The day chart as well, we have lots of upside potential. It is literally sitting at the VWAP over here on the day chart.
And also, as I mentioned, Wells Fargo just raised the price target
to $185 a share, and T-Mobile is currently trading at $165.24.
165.44. So looks like we have a lot of upside potential for people that want to buy and hold
this stock long, but it also seems like there's some day trade opportunities or swing trade opportunities for the next few days with T-Mobile as well.
Okay. So that is T-Mobile call out for Miss Suzanne. Let's go over here to my trading view and see what's going on. Okay, so Netflix.
Order filled.
We got into Netflix earlier, and we're currently up $173 on the Netflix trade. And again, this was something we were looking to because it had buys for the 1 month and the 1 week. We were looking at this as a swing trade specific, and then we were looking at Palantir for a day trade specific. So we already up 187 bucks on the Netflix trade that Miss Alexandra called out and wanted us to take a look at. All right. So congratulations if you are in any of these trades. Drop some of your wins in the chat and let us know what you are trading, and what you use to get in, etc., etc. Okay, and then now let's look at some financial news. So we will be here Monday through Friday, 9 to 11, doing these trades, doing the financial news, going over the headlines.
And we will also be having different segments that we will be highlighting different things. Like the Bitcoin halving event is coming up, and people want to know, what does that mean in simple terms, right? And then also just having different features, right? So we have the Wall Street Academy, where each week we're going to be having cash prizes and cash challenges. And then also cash prizes for, the trader of the week and the challenge of the week. So very, very cool and exciting things coming here in the Money Matrix Show. And literally, this is just the first live stream. So
I finally just got in a chat. I'm reading all the happy birthday messages.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for all the birthday messages. I'm having all the tech issues this morning, but I just got into the chat and so much love, and I really appreciate it. I am officially 39 today. This is my last year in my 30s, and I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of a little interesting.
Amazing.
But it's such a blessing to just even be here. I think a lot of times we take for granted that we're just going to be able to see another year, and you don't know that for sure. So shout out to all of you guys for supporting us, and also especially to God
Order
for
filled.
letting me be here. So very, very exciting to be able to spend my birthday morning with all of you.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I think it's a cool thing. I think we'll look back on this over time and see how, launching this on your birthday, not only was it a gift from me to her for us, but also being able to see how we're impacting our communities, helping people at the same
Order
time,
filled.
making money on a special day as well, and be able to look back at this as a cool moment. Okay, so we are still long on the oil currently. Okay, and the NASDAQ has had a bunch of activity. It's been kind of going in and out and grabbing some of those on the shorter time frames. If you want to learn and know the concepts and the principles and the tools that we use and teach about, feel free to click on that button, join the Money Matrix Discord to join our community, and scan one of the QR codes to join our Wall Street Academy. Okay, and this is less teaching. This is more actual getting to it, trading, investing, and running up the bag. But in our courses, we actually teach you how to do the same things you do. As you see people in the comments talking about the trades they're making and how they're up on Apple or SPY, and they're in some of these things. Okay, the gold is worth the echo. Okay, so we're gonna work. We're gonna work on the sound. We're gonna work on the technicals.
Yes.
And we're gonna get this ironed out and get this
Order
show
filled.
working smoothly. And you guys will be able to say, you remember when? I remember the first episode I tuned in, and X, Y, and Z, and X, Y, and Z. Okay. So if you guys have any other stocks, options, bonds, Forex, futures, or crypto that you guys want us to check into, drop them in the chat and we will. Kev on the charts. Yo, it's Kevin Thunderbird. What up, young T-Bird? Good to see you in here. I know you love trading Forex. So if you have any Forex you want me to look at, let me know, and I will check them into it. And shout out to you and your family. I will be back in Chicago pretty soon. I was actually in Arizona this past weekend, but I didn't realize your little brother went to Arizona State, or your big brother went to Arizona State until we was already on the way back to the East Coast. So definitely let me know next time I'm in Chicago or Arizona. I'll stop in on you guys. Okay.
So one more thing I wanted to mention, as we talked about earlier, the earnings. Every day we're going to highlight the earnings. As I mentioned this morning, it wasn't tons of earnings coming in, but there are a lot of earnings coming out this afternoon.
Her screen.
Okay, yeah, a lot of earnings coming out, and I actually just pulled up the Earnings Whisperers, one of my favorite little charts. I feel like that does a great job of summarizing some of the major companies that are releasing their earnings. So we do have United that will be releasing their earnings today after the closing bell. I want to take a quick look on the charts at United just to see, because a lot of times even before the earnings is released, there is a lot of what would you say? What do we call it? Like excitement or hype
surrounding what may potentially happen. And even if you don't want to risk a lot by getting into a earnings trade or a earnings play on an option,
not knowing which way it's going to go, there is also still just a lot of opportunity to get in before the earnings comes out, or getting in after and riding whatever wave those stock have. So I wanted to take a quick look at these before we switch back over to futures. So United, potentially some entry points for today, and then Verizon and 3M, Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, all releasing their earnings tomorrow morning. And then we were looking at Netflix. Netflix is releasing their earnings tomorrow evening after the close. Let's take a quick look at, where did my trading view go? Oh, let's take a quick look at United. So United is United Airlines. Like, I think it's UAL. Okay, so United Airlines.
So they are trading around $38.77. So they're actually down
today ahead of their earnings.
Benzinga is reporting that United Airlines is likely to report lower Q4 earnings. Okay. And I think that this news of everyone feeling like they're going to be reporting lower Q4 earnings have made the stock fall. So we had a sales signal that came in. We had a sales signal that came in originally around 10.19, and then another one came in around 10.27, and then stock fell from $39 to 38, high 38. So this is all still in that downside. So depending on how these earnings pan out, we should see if they're able to regain these losses. So that's a 1 minute chart looking at United Airlines, and then also taking a quick look at
the 5 minute chart here. Everything is definitely pointing down still. And then looking at the 2 hour chart, also pointing, we may have just had a crossover here. What is going on? It's not letting me. We're on a 2 hour. Okay. We may potentially have a little bit of upside on this 2 hour chart. So interested always to see how these companies are going to be affected based on their earnings, but everyone's anticipating that United Airlines will be down. Also want to highlight that United Airlines is only $38.80 per share. And a lot of times people feel like you need to have so much money to invest into these stocks, and you would never think that a major company such as United Airlines, a major airline. Did we see a commercial or something that said that United Airlines was like, okay. They were the number one most used flight app. And I was like, nobody.
But maybe they are. I guess app potentially. But just to highlight just how
inexpensive a lot of these stocks are, for you to have a small vested interest or a small ownership in these companies for you and for other generations and your children. You could literally put them in position to have ownership in a lot of these airline companies, and this stuff is not expensive at all. So I wanted to highlight that as well.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I think that it's important for us, and that's one of the reasons we did this show. It's important for us to expose camera switch. It's
order filled
for us to expose.
It's
a little delay. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. It's important for us to expose these markets and show people that, one, people actually do this in real life. It's not something you need to be afraid of. Now, if you're relatively new to this show, it may seem like there's a lot going on, but you can talk to the people in the chat and see how they may have started where you were, newbies not knowing anything about some of these markets, and now they're out calling out stocks, trading futures, trading options, buying leaps, etc. Because they were exposed to it. The game was slowed down and was simplified, and then you had the ability to learn and get the tools to help you grow over time. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a fix and flip game. This is learn about these assets and learn that these markets actually exist. Understand how much money are in these markets, and understand that you are well deserving to be able to go in there and control your financial future.
Amen.
And take control of your life as well. So whether you start with one stock, one option, one bond, one Forex, one future, one crypto trade, it doesn't matter. The point is start, right? And so as you guys are sharing these shows, coming with your family and friends on the daily, subscribing to the channels, taking the courses and stuff like that, you are putting yourself and your future generations light years ahead of where you started, right? So I want to encourage you guys. I want to congratulate you guys. Thank you for sticking with us. We're going to be in here for the next 15 minutes, still walking through. Continue to drop some of the things you want us to look at. We'll continue to trade, and we'll share our wins and losses as well. So we just got stopped out of the Palantir trade on the day trade for that 5%. That's where the risk management comes in. So I'm totally okay with that. And in our Netflix, we're up $330, okay? And so that was the Netflix trade, and that was the Palantir trade. Now, I believe, okay, Maurice Williams said, can we look at 3M? Okay. All right, let's
I actually forgot I had got into when you were calling out Netflix, I actually bought an option on Netflix just to kind of ride it up in ahead of the earnings. So I'm actually already up 7% in that trade. Totally forgot about it till you just said.
Let's talk about that. That's beautiful.
Totally
so
forgot.
I'm in the stock trade based off the analysis, and I am up $300. And Dominique got the same trade, but she did it on options, and now she's up 7%. So we both just made money off of this trade in 2 different ways, okay? And that's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing.
That is a beautiful thing. One signal, we were able to make 2 trades, and we were both profitable off the buy side signal.
Oh, you know what we should do? I just thought about we should do like a graphic, Odell, where we get the signal and then literally show all the ways that you can make money with it. Because a lot of times, like you said, people think that, oh, I have to just buy the stock. And also, so many people do not know that you can make money when the stock goes up and down.
Correct.
So we've talked about calls. We talked about puts. We talked about being on the buy side. We talked about being on the sell side. Yeah. So we literally could sit here and get the buy signal and be on the buy side. Get the sell signal and be on the sell side and literally make money both ways. And that's what a lot of people really, truly don't know how to do as well.
Stephanie says, love the new format. Have to go. I'll definitely be in tomorrow. So loving it.
Can we really quickly, 3M.
Okay, yeah.
Back on
you want to do that one?
Yeah, real quick.
You want
to do it?
Dominique will do the analysis of 3M.
You want to do
Okay.
back on screen?
We're in the matrix right now.
We in the matrix. Okay. All right. So we are taking a quick look at 3M. 3M is releasing their earnings tomorrow morning before the market opens. So obviously we'll be back with you guys tomorrow morning talking about all of the exciting earnings and going into tomorrow evening with Netflix, that I'm really excited about. Okay. So really quickly, 3M, their ticker symbol is, guess what it is? 3M's. Creative, right? Okay. You guys didn't. Okay. All right, cool. Anyway, so the ticker symbol is MMM is our ticker symbol. So let's start right here looking at the day chart. Looking at the day chart right here, no strong signals that have come through right here, but on the day chart we do have some upside potential as we're heading into the earnings. It looks like this bar right here is actually above the right at the VWAP, so it looks like we have some upside potential there. But let's go back to our 1 minute chart. So looking at our 1 minute chart, we have a potential crossover that may happen over here at this 1 minute bar at 10:47, but yeah, which would also signal the upside potential here. So on the 1 minute chart, it looks like we will be solidifying that upside on the 1 minute chart. Let's take a quick look at the 5 minute chart. On the 5 minute chart, we had a buy signal that came in, and it kind of went up a little bit. And I think this is around that 10 o'clock time when things started to fall a little slightly. And so right now, on the 5 minute, we're still seeing a little bit of downside. So essentially on the 1 minute, we're seeing a potential crossover to the upside, and then on the 5 minute, we're seeing the same thing. But we don't have a signal, no confidence signal just yet on 3M. So I can't confidently say one way or another. I would definitely want to continue looking at it. But on our 2 hour chart, looking at a little bit longer time frame, it's more buy side, but it looks like over the next kind of 10-15 minutes we may see a little bit of downside, but over time it's looking like 3M is going to be rising. Okay, and it's currently trading at $108.55.
Yeah, so that's
basically what we have for 3M. No major news coming out. I think the analysts are anticipating 3M to beat their earnings. So let's keep our eyes out on 3M short term. Next hour or so looks like we're going to see some down, but for the rest of the day, it looks like it's probably going to end up. All right.
Okay, so that's
3M.
Any other?
I think that facts. Let me see. Pull this up. All right. No, I think 3M is the last request so far. Okay.
Can we talk about lunch now?
Facts. Thank you for being the change you want to see. Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Okay, so we are still in this one oil trade of the day. We're up 570. We're like 7.
I feel like you've been in this trade for like ever.
It's
What
been
time
in.
did
No,
you
it's
get
been
in?
in.
Oh, not long.
No, it's been in since 10:49. So no. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I'm sorry.
2:50 right now.
Yeah. No. Let me see. Hold up.
Ooh, my stomach is growling.
Oh, up here. Right. Okay. Yep.
Order
Let's see
filled.
when it entered. It entered at. I'll tell you right now. 10:08.
10:08. Okay.
10:08. So
Okay.
yeah, it's literally been in basically the whole session.
Okay.
Okay, and then Nasdaq is a little
Order
bit more
filled.
active. And again, I got different algos running different strategies, et cetera, et cetera. But primarily, I called out the analysis that we were going to be bullish on the equities, bullish on oil, and we were going to be bearish on the bonds. And that essentially kind of seemed that now the Nasdaq has been tanking a little bit, but it's back on the charge up. So we can see that strong charge up. And we're now literally in a
Order
buy
filled.
signal.
Miss
Okay.
Suzanne was asking you, what oil trade are you in?
Yes, so this
Specifically.
right here is a futures trade.
Order
This is the
filled.
crude oil, right? So this is one of the ways that you could trade these signals. So we're in crude oil on the futures. You could trade WTI as the crude oil stock, right? And then you could also get options on WTI. So there is a lot of different ways to be able to make money off the signals that we have and that are generated. This is a brand new algorithm that we will be releasing and teaching in the Wall Street Academy. I would say it's probably my most powerful, profitable,
Order
accurate,
filled.
running up the bag is strategy I've ever created. And if any of you guys have been around us for a couple of years, that's a lot to say because we've made a lot of money off of TWT
Order
signals
filled.
and Money School Algo and Hint and X Factor and this. We've made a lot of money on the algos that we've created over here, but this one is by far the best. I'm super excited, super proud of the team, super honored to release it to you guys in the coming weeks and months. But as you guys know, you can make money off of these
Order
trades
filled.
in these multiple asset classes. So if let's just say you're not trading futures yet and you haven't took that part of the course or you're waiting for the Wall Street Academy part of the futures course for you to take it, you can trade WTI is a oil stock. It's a
Order
crude oil
filled.
stock. It's the most popularly traded oil stock there is.
Order filled.
So you can use the signals and things that you have been taught thus far to trade the stock for oil if you want to get some energy exposure.
Yeah,
right?
options.
Part of the diversification, and you could trade options, right? So when we start talking about asset classes, you can get diversification through stocks, bonds, options, forex, futures, crypto, and having that as your portfolio. But then you could also add diversification through trading of the different types of instruments. So you could trade oil futures, you could trade oil stock, you could trade oil options, and that also gives you diversification as well in your portfolio. So there's ways to minimize that risk and make money on multiple sides, which you'll see us doing here continually. So very, very, very excited to run up that bag in that way with you all.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little hungry.
Okay.
Like my energy is like, it's like, all right now.
We'll do a B-Day lunch here shortly, and then
Thank
definitely a
you,
very,
Miss
very
Suzanne.
nice
We
B-Day.
love you guys as well, and Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so at 10:55, one of the segments that we
Are
did.
we back in the Matrix?
We're in the Matrix now. I like how you added the candlesticks in the Matrix. That's fine.
Let me see.
No, look.
Oh.
They're in there. The candlesticks in the background.
Oh,
That's fire.
fancy.
Yeah. I like that. Shout out to Odell, our producer
we
here
should,
doing
we
his
should
thing.
let Odell hop onto the. We gotta give a.
Yeah, give him a special. It's the first episode. We'll make a special announcement here at the end for you. But so at 10:55, we're gonna do a segment called "Keeping It a Buck." Okay, and this is where we just have some real talk conversations about helping people get out of the matrix. But since it's our first "Keep It a Buck," I want to dedicate this to my wife Dominique, and it is her birthday, and I'm super excited. I'm super honored and proud of you and where you've come and where we have come. You guys know that we have had a wonderful journey through marriage, and it has been marriage, right? And so coming together, coming back together to do this
roller coaster, like in the video, okay?
Yes,
got the
yes.
bumps, but
But
upside potential is strong.
love prevails. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to learn and earn and grow together, and now do this show together, coming back united on the front. So for my keeping it a buck today would be, one, always choose love, okay? And two, it's nothing like having a great partner. And so when you have a great partner, you tap into harmony, you tap into agreement, and you tap into unity. And those are some amazing forces of the universe that when they are aligned and they're working together, they are unstoppable. So I am grateful. I want to keep it a buck for today with that. And
Thank you.
I love you and congratulations.
Thank you. I love you too.
This is going to be an amazing show. So, you got anything to say?
No. I don't even know what to say. It's just like all this beautiful. It's like between the positive messages here and then the chat, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. But no, I'm really excited for this show, and I ain't gonna lie, I was a little reluctant to do it because I'm like, this seems like a lot of work. 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. I'm like, nah, Dion, I'm good. But no, I'm actually really excited. I think that we're going to be able to reach way more people and just help way more people to take more control of their financial futures. I think one of the coolest things with this is really being able to highlight the numerous ways that you can actually make money in the markets. And sometimes even I'm sitting here and we're looking, it's like, oh, our oil trade's up and this is up and options are up and our long portfolios are up. And, you know, it's just like, it's so beautiful when so many people are so dependent upon one income. And it's not because they're lazy or whatever it is. They just don't even know all the different ways that you actually can, you know, increase your income and increase your wealth. And so I'm really excited to be able to not just talk about it, not just teach it, but to do it with you guys live every morning. So shout out again to you for really having this vision that I saw, but I was reluctant, which is honestly probably most of the visions you have. I'm like, oh my God, sounds like work. But no, I really appreciate you and thank you for, you know, pushing and making this happen. Even as I sit here and look and I'm like, we have literally built y'all an entire studio. Okay. Like we'll have to show you
some behind the scenes.
The behind the scenes, we have big lights, we have 3 cameras, we literally have a producer, we have switchboards and like all these things that I did not know anything about. But it's so cool and so powerful, as Dion said, just when 2 people can come together, married or not, whoever it is, but when there is that 2 people that can come together and agree upon something, and the vision that he had in his little sometimes hard head is out and it's here and we're sitting in it. So shout out to you again. And it's just it's powerful.
Yeah,
it's powerful to be sitting in the vision.
Yeah, it is to see the dream become reality.
Kind of spooky.
It can be at times. Shout out to Mr. or Mrs. Zen, said their marriage, yes, it's a roller coaster, but they celebrated their 46th anniversary yesterday. So
congrats.
Shout out to you guys for sure. Thank
That's
you
beautiful.
all for the well wishes.
That's beautiful.
And so as we wind down for today, okay, I will bring this over here. We are up 256 realized on our NASDAQ trade. We're down realized 1,000 on the oil, but we're in the trade up 700, so we're down net 350. So we are down like 125 bucks ish for just this session on the futures. Okay. As far as the stock and options trade, Dominique is up on the options that she did. We're up on the Netflix. We lost 5% on Palantir, but overall we're about even for the first day, actually, which kind of plays right into this whole.
I don't know about you.
Over here, I'm about even for this session for today.
I'm up.
Okay. But we still got the rest of the day, right? We are here for these 2 hours, but our markets and our algorithms and our trades go for the whole day. So we'll see and go from there. All right.
Order
Congratulations
filled.
for everybody who already joined the Wall Street Academy that were in the kickoff yesterday. You guys will start getting your access to the new courses and all that stuff today. So really excited about that. Thank you guys for tuning in for our first show. We'll never forget it. It's recorded, and we will totally for our memories. And we really appreciate you. So love, light, peace, wealth, great health and abundance to each of you guys, and have a great day.